Right now, your body could be losing muscle faster than you realize, not in some dramatic, obvious way, not with a loud warning, but quietly, slowly, and dangerously. And that's exactly why so many people miss it. They don't notice until they feel weaker, until stairs become harder, until their body feels softer, slower, and less powerful than before. By then, the damage has already started. You may think muscle loss only happens to old people. You may think it only happens if you stop training completely. But that's not true. Muscle loss can begin much earlier than most people expect. In fact, after the age of 30, many people start losing muscle every single year without even realizing it. And the scary part? It doesn't happen all at once. It happens little by little. A little less strength, a little less energy, a little less endurance, a little less muscle. Until one day, you look in the mirror or try to lift something heavy and think, why do I feel so weak? Today, we're going to uncover the shocking reasons your muscles may be disappearing, the warning signs most people ignore, and what you can do to stop it before it gets worse. Because losing muscle is not just about appearance. It affects your metabolism, your strength, your energy, your mobility, and even how long you live. Yes, muscle health is directly connected to your long-term health and survival. Let's begin. 1. The silent muscle killer. Aging. Let's start with something unavoidable. Aging. As we get older, our bodies naturally change. Hormones shift, recovery slows down, protein synthesis becomes less efficient. That means your body gradually becomes worse at building and maintaining muscle. This process is known as sarcopenia. Sarcopenia is the gradual loss of muscle mass, strength, and function as we age. And here's what makes it so dangerous. It happens so slowly that most people don't notice it. You don't wake up one morning suddenly weak. Instead, year after year, your body becomes just a little less strong. You lose small amounts of muscle. You recover a little slower. You feel a little less powerful. Then one day you realize your strength is nowhere near what it used to be. Research shows adults can lose around 3 to 8% of muscle mass per decade after age 30 if they're inactive. That's a huge amount over time, and the loss often speeds up after age 60. But aging alone is not the biggest problem. The real danger comes when aging combines with bad habits, and that brings us to the next reason. 2. You're not using your muscles. Your body follows one powerful rule: use it or lose it. Muscles need stimulation, they need resistance, movement, challenge. Without that, your body starts treating muscle as unnecessary. Think about it. Muscle tissue requires energy to maintain. If your body believes you don't need that muscle, it starts breaking it down to save energy. That's why inactivity is so dangerous. Sitting for long hours, skipping workouts, living a sedentary lifestyle, these habits slowly send your body one message: we don't need strong muscles anymore. And your body responds by reducing muscle mass. Even short periods of inactivity can have serious effects. Studies show that just a couple of weeks of reduced movement can lead to noticeable muscle loss. That means if you spend most of your day sitting, working at a desk, driving, or lying down, you could already be losing muscle faster than you think. This is one reason modern life is so harmful to muscle health. Humans were built to move, but today, many people sit for 8, 10, or even 12 hours a day. That creates the perfect environment for muscle loss. 3. You're not eating enough protein. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. They don't eat enough protein. Muscles are built from protein. Your body is constantly breaking down muscle tissue and rebuilding it. To do that properly, it needs enough amino acids from protein. Without enough protein, muscle repair slows down. And over time, muscle loss begins. This is especially common in older adults. Many people think they're eating enough, but they're not. A small breakfast, a light lunch, a low-protein dinner. That adds up to poor muscle support. Good protein sources include eggs, chicken, fish, Greek yogurt, beans, lean beef, cottage cheese. If your diet lacks quality protein, your muscles may struggle to survive. And protein becomes even more important if you exercise. Why? Because workouts create stress on your muscles. Recovery and growth only happen when nutrition supports repair. Without proper protein intake, your body simply cannot rebuild efficiently. And that means more muscle breakdown and less muscle growth. 4. Poor sleep is hurting your muscles. Most people underestimate sleep, but poor sleep can seriously affect muscle health. When you sleep, your body repairs itself. Recovery happens. Hormones rebalance. Muscles rebuild. Sleep is when growth and repair are most active. But if you sleep poorly, that process suffers. Low sleep can increase stress hormones like cortisol. High cortisol can encourage muscle breakdown. At the same time, poor sleep may reduce important recovery hormones. This creates a dangerous combination: less recovery, more stress, more muscle loss. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can make maintaining muscle much harder. You may train hard, you may eat well, but if your sleep is poor, progress becomes difficult. This is why recovery matters just as much as exercise. Sometimes the problem isn't what you're doing in the gym, it's what happens outside of it, and one major factor is sleep. 5. Stress is breaking down your body. Stress affects far more than your mind. It affects your entire body. When stress becomes chronic, your body stays in survival mode. That raises cortisol levels. And high cortisol over time can become a serious problem. Why? Because cortisol can increase muscle breakdown. Your body starts prioritizing survival over growth. That means less muscle building, more muscle loss. This is why chronic stress often leads to physical decline. People under constant stress may notice low energy weakness, poor recovery, reduced motivation. Even if diet and exercise are decent, chronic stress can sabotage progress. That's why managing stress is critical for long-term health. Because muscle health isn't only about lifting weights, it's also about supporting your body from the inside. But what if aging, inactivity, poor sleep, and low protein aren't the only reasons? What if something deeper is happening inside your body right now? Because sometimes muscle loss isn't caused by lifestyle alone. Sometimes your body is sending warning signals, and most people completely ignore them. They think, I'm just tired, I'm just getting older, I'm just out of shape. But in reality, their body is already struggling, and their muscles are paying the price. 6. Hidden health problems can destroy muscle. This is something many people never consider. Certain health conditions can accelerate muscle loss dramatically. Sometimes the muscle loss happens slowly, sometimes it happens fast, but either way, it can be dangerous. Conditions linked to muscle loss include diabetes, thyroid disorders, chronic inflammation, kidney problems, liver disease, heart disease. Type 2, diabetes is a major example. When blood sugar stays uncontrolled, it can damage the body in many ways, including muscle health. Your muscles play a major role in glucose control, but when metabolism becomes unhealthy, muscle quality can decline. The same happens with thyroid problems. Hypothyroidism can reduce energy, slow metabolism, and contribute to weakness. That's why unexplained muscle loss should never be ignored. Sometimes the issue isn't your workouts. Sometimes the issue is deeper. 7. Hormones control more than you think. Your hormones have enormous control over muscle health, more than most people realize. Your body depends on key hormones to maintain strength and recovery. When these hormones become imbalanced, muscle loss can speed up. The most important ones include testosterone, growth hormone, insulin, cortisol. Low testosterone can significantly reduce muscle building ability. This affects both men and women. You may notice low strength, low motivation, slow recovery, fatigue, reduced physical performance. Your workouts feel harder, results come slower, energy drops, and muscle slowly disappears. Then there's cortisol. Remember stress? Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, and when cortisol stays high for too long, your body becomes more catabolic. That means it breaks down tissue, including muscle. You become trapped in a dangerous cycle. Stress increases muscle loss. Muscle loss lowers metabolism. Lower metabolism reduces energy. Low energy makes exercise harder. And the cycle continues. 8. The warning signs. Most people ignore. Here's the scary part. Your body usually warns you, but the signs can be subtle. Most people miss them. Here are some common warning signs of muscle loss. You feel weaker than before. Daily tasks feel harder. You get tired more easily. Your balance feels worse. Your body feels softer. You struggle to lift things that used to feel easy. Your arms or legs look smaller. Your stamina drops. Your posture worsens. At first, these changes feel minor, easy to dismiss, but small changes become major problems over time. And once muscle loss becomes severe, rebuilding takes much longer. That's why early action matters. The earlier you catch it, the easier it is to reverse. Ignore it too long, and recovery becomes much harder. 9. Muscle loss slows your metabolism. This is where things get even worse. Muscle does much more than make you look strong. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. That means it burns energy, even when you're resting. The more healthy muscle you have, the better your metabolism works. But when you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down, and that creates serious problems. You burn fewer calories. Fat gain becomes easier. Weight management becomes harder. Energy levels drop. Your body starts feeling sluggish. This explains why many people feel like their body changed overnight. They say things like, "I barely eat, but I keep gaining weight. I feel slower than I used to. My energy is gone." Often, muscle loss is part of the reason. Less muscle, slower metabolism, lower energy, more fat storage. That combination can quickly spiral out of control. 10. Muscle loss increases risk of injury. Weak muscles don't just affect strength, they affect stability, protection, movement. Your muscles protect your joints. They support your posture. They help control balance. Without enough muscle, your risk of injury rises. Falls become more likely. Joint pain increases. Back pain becomes more common. Even simple movements become riskier. This becomes especially dangerous as people age. Weak muscles often lead to reduced mobility. Reduced mobility leads to even less activity. Less activity leads to more muscle loss. Again, the cycle gets worse. And this is exactly why muscle health matters so much, because it impacts almost every part of your physical function. And here's the truth most people don't realize. Muscle loss is not just about fitness, it's about survival. Strong muscles support a strong body. Weak muscles increase vulnerability. That's the reality. And in part 3, we'll cover the most important part, how to stop muscle loss, how to rebuild strength, and the powerful habits that can help your body stay strong for years. Now for the good news. Muscle loss is not always permanent. In many cases, you can slow it down, stop it, and even reverse a large part of it. But there's one condition: you need to act, because the longer you wait, the harder recovery becomes. The truth is simple. Your body is always adapting. Right now, it is either building strength or losing it. There is no middle ground. Every day, your habits are sending your body a message: build or break down. And if you want stronger muscles, more energy, and better long-term health, you need to start sending the right signals. 11. Start resistance training. If there is one thing that protects your muscles more than anything else, it's this: resistance training. This is one of the most powerful tools for preserving and rebuilding muscle. Why? Because resistance training forces your muscles to adapt. When muscles face resistance, tiny stress signals are created. Your body responds by repairing and strengthening muscle tissue. That's how muscle growth happens. And the best part? You do not need to become a bodybuilder. You do not need expensive equipment. You just need consistent resistance. That can include weight training, body weight exercises, resistance bands, strength-focused workouts. Even basic exercises can help: squats, push-ups, lunges, pull-ups, deadlifts. The key is consistency. 2 to 4 sessions per week can make a huge difference. Remember this: muscles grow when they are challenged. If you never challenge them, your body sees no reason to keep them. 12. Eat enough protein. We talked earlier about protein. Now let's make one thing clear. If you want to maintain muscle, protein is non-negotiable. Your muscles need building material. Protein provides exactly that. Without enough protein, recovery suffers. Growth slows. muscle breakdown becomes more likely. That's why protein should be a major priority. Try to include protein in every meal. Examples include eggs, fish, chicken, Greek yogurt, beans, lean meat, cottage cheese. Spacing protein throughout the day can also help. Not just one big meal. Consistent intake matters. Your body needs regular support. Think of protein as fuel for muscle survival. Without fuel, the system breaks down. 13. Move more. Every day. Here's something simple but powerful. Move more. Every day. Not just workouts. Daily movement matters too. Walking, standing, stretching, taking stairs, reducing sitting time. All of these help. Remember, your body hates long periods of inactivity. The longer you stay still, the worse it gets. Movement keeps muscles active. Blood flow improves. Energy improves. Your body stays engaged. Even small changes create real benefits. A short walk after meals. Standing every hour. Stretching in the morning. Small actions done consistently create major long-term results. 14. Fix your sleep. Never underestimate sleep. Poor sleep quietly destroys progress. Good sleep accelerates recovery. Your muscles repair while you rest. Hormones rebalance, recovery improves, growth happens, but when sleep suffers, everything suffers. Try improving sleep quality by sleeping consistently, reducing screen time before bed, keeping your room cool and dark, limiting caffeine late in the day. Better sleep equals better recovery, and better recovery protects muscle. Simple, powerful, essential. 15. Reduce chronic stress. Stress management is not optional. It matters more than people think. Chronic stress keeps your body stuck in survival mode. That means higher cortisol, more breakdown, less recovery, less growth. You don't need a stress-free life. That's unrealistic. But you do need ways to reset your nervous system. This can include walking, deep breathing, meditation exercise, quiet time, time with loved ones. Small moments of recovery matter. Your body needs signals of safety. Without that, stress keeps winning. And when stress wins, your health loses. Final message. Here's what you need to remember. Muscle loss does not happen overnight. It happens quietly, slowly, silently. That's what makes it dangerous. Most people don't notice until the damage becomes serious. But now you know the warning signs, you know the causes, and most importantly, you know what to do. Start moving, start training, start eating better, start sleeping better, start taking your health seriously, because muscle is more than strength. Muscle protects your metabolism, your mobility, your energy, your independence, your future. The stronger you stay, the better your body can fight aging. So ask yourself one question. Is your body getting stronger or weaker? Because every single day the answer is changing. And the choices you make today will shape the body you live in tomorrow. Don't wait until weakness becomes impossible to ignore. Start now.